Hello bookish friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I am very excited to come at you guys with one of my favorite videos to ever film and to watch, and that is it's time for my monthly book haul. This is going to be for the month of October, so sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a blanket, grab snacks, whatever you like, and let's just sit down and talk about books, shall we? So, as always with my monthly book haul, you guys know I always start off with my currently reading, if I am reading anything, and then I also want to go through all the books that I got throughout the month. October was such a fun month for me. You guys will see it in some weekly vlogs coming here soon. I got to meet a lot of amazing new to me authors and some authors I met from before. That was an amazing experience this month. And it's just been a really fun month slash year for 2024 so far. So I am here to book film a lot of videos for you guys today. So you guys might see this shirt or maybe another shirt and some of my videos coming up, and I'm so sorry if you don't love that. But anyways, let's jump into what I'm currently reading, and then let's also jump into my actual book haul. So what am I currently reading, you might ask? I am currently reading and buddy reading with a group of my friends. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Lori, Jeff, Heather, and Robin, I think. If not, I'll leave the correct people down below. But I'm currently reading for the first time Nightbane by Alex Astor. This is the sequel to Lightlark, which I thought I would not have loved, but I really did. So I'm only 105 pages into the book from where I'm at right now, and I'm really enjoying it. I love the fast-pacedness of it. The one thing I do find a bit weird is that with book 2, there's no numbered chapters. It's just like the words, if that makes sense. So it's just like a wording title, because in book 1 they had the numbers and the wording, so that was a bit confusing. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I love how the audiobook is narrated by the same one who did the first book, which is Susie Jackson. So yeah, this is what I'm currently reading, and I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe Monday. We're supposed to be doing this 4 days. I have 4 days left of reading this, but I definitely want to finish it before the actual day that we end on. But yeah, still enjoying this. You'll definitely see this in my November wrap-up, which is crazy that we're already in the month of November. Alrighty, let's jump into my book haul. So in the month of September, I forgot to include a book that I was so excited for, and that is the Percy Jackson and the Olympian Official Cookbook by Rick Riordan and also Jarrett Melendez, I think it's the author's name. It's hard to tell because it's like indented into the cover. This is the cookbook that I bought in the month of September, but I forgot to put this in my book haul, so I decided to put this in my October book haul. It's so cool. It has little end papers and like literally food and whatnot for Percy Jackson's universe. Like, this book makes me hungry every time I look through it. I definitely want to get more into cooking myself, so that's why I bought this, just to see what's in here. And it was expensive, but it's worth it. So I can't wait to see what the rest of this has. Also, if you get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, you get some coasters in here. So let me open the coasters up, because that was like the cool thing about it. So there's little coasters. There's one that says Lotus Hotel and Casino. Then we have Camp Half-Blood coasters. I'll definitely use these at Thanksgiving this coming month. This one says New York, Spring Street, and Bonhoeffer Company. That's what that one is. And then we also have another one with Lotus on it. And then last but not least, which is my favorite, I think, is this cool symbol of the helmet and some swords and arrows. So yeah, these are pretty cool. I'll definitely be using these when I have Thanksgiving, and I can't wait to use them. For now, they're going to go back in the book. But yeah, thought it was pretty cool to share this because I totally forgot to do it in September. In October, Target had a buy two get the third book for free sale, which always gets to me. But my friend Liz and I, we went the day it happened, and we each got a couple books from that haul, so you'll see that in this book haul. But the one book that my friend Liz bought for me, which I'm so thankful that she did, she bought me The Behemoth of the new Hunger Game Illustration Edition. This is by Suzanne Collins, of course. This is illustrated by Nico Delort, I think is the author's last name. Again, sorry for butchering words. So yeah, as it says, this is literally the illustration edition. I did a little flip through in one of my weekly vlogs, so you guys will see that. So it has like full illustrations. I love how when I look for one, there's not even one showing up. But yeah, full illustrations of most of the scenes in the book. Like that one, for example. But yeah, pretty stoked to be doing a reread of this. I believe from what my friend Charlie told me, that Charlie, she said that the author is going to do an illustration edition for each of the books that are out right now. So that would be pretty cool to see what they will do for Catching Fire and Mockingjay and so on and so on. Okay, let's jump into my haul, shall we? I got a lot of books here to talk about and not a lot of time for my camera, so let's jump into it. So the first book I got, I actually am not going to read until next year, sadly. But that's because I haven't read book one yet. But I saw the paperback edition of this one. And I was like, ooh, this will actually match book one. And that is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherland by Heather Fawcett. This is book 2 of the Emily Wilde series. I have book 1 on my shelf somewhere. I don't know where, but I have book 1 on my shelf, and I'm hoping to read that this winter. Spoiler alert for my December TBR. I'm hoping to get to that by the end of this year. I believe book 1 was recommended to me as like my 12 friends pick, so I would definitely love to get to that if I can. But as you can see, this was one of the buy one get one 50% off deal that I did at Barnes & Noble, and I believe this is an exclusive edition. I'm not sure what the exclusive part is, but just know I have book 2 in my hands, and now I'll just need to wait for book 3 to come out, and I think book 3 comes out in April if I'm not mistaken, so very stoked for this. Next book that I am stoked for, and I just read a book by this author, and I got to see this author this past weekend, and that was Alison Saft, a new book, and that is A Dark and Drowning Tide, obviously by Alison Saft. This is a adult sapphic romantasy, a standalone novel. This says a sharp-tongued folklorist, wow, I can't even say that word, must pair up with her academic rival to solve their mentor's murder in this lush and earthling sapphic fantasy romance from the New York Times bestselling author. I just recently read A Fragile Enchantment in the month of October. You'll see that in my October wrap-up. So I think I'm going to read this one in November and see if I like this one a little bit more. But yeah, I'm a little nervous to dive into her works because A Fragile Enchantment wasn't a hit for me, sadly. So I'm hoping I love this one more. So, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to try it, but it's very short. It is only 360 pages exactly, so we love that. Speaking of Light Lark, I got the special edition of it. So I got the Light Lark collector's edition from Alex Astor, of course, which is funny because I wanted Light Lark in hardcover, but I was like, oh, maybe they'll do like a special edition for it or something like that. So very happy to say that they did do one, and this book is stunning, you guys. Like, look at this. So here's the front of the book. Is it the front or is it the back? Oh, no, this is the front of the book. This is the front of the book. Look how gorgeous this is. Like, yes, please. And then there's red sprayed edges with stencil edges on the spine of the book, and then also on the bottom as well. And those beautiful map for the end papers. And what's cool is that it has a list of all the powers and like non-powers people, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And also, which I didn't know about this, it had full art illustrations in the back. So it has character artwork from each of the characters. So there's one of Cleo, there's Celeste and Azul. I don't know how to say that name correctly. Grim and Oro. Which team are you on? Right now, I'm Team Oro, but I feel like at the end of Nightbane, I might be Team Grim. And then we, of course, have our main character, Isla. Oh, there's Isla herself. So, yeah. Very stoked to have this in my collection. I'm literally going to add it into the shelf because that's where the paperback of book 1 is. So I'm happy to say I have a special edition of a book I love. Next book I recently got this at Barnes & Noble, like literally 2 days ago. And that is a new middle grade by an author I love, and that is The Daggers of Ire by J.C. Cervantes. This is a middle grade fantasy standalone novel that I had my eye on for a while. This one came out back in September, and I knew I wanted to get it because it's by an author I love, so I already know what their writing style is going to be about. I'm so excited to dive into a new story from her. I think this has like a chosen one trope in here. It says, Emerald Santos is a rare bruja born with chaos magic in her veins. She and her family are direct descendants of one of the 4 original witches. A mysterious legend about the night magic was born in San Bosco. But since the death of her mother, Esme is more concerned about healing her father's spiraling grief. So it sounds like it's going to be a hard-hitting book, but also a fun, like, witchy read, which is exciting. And I'm just happy to have this in my collection now. I feel like I don't know what to say about books anymore. Next one, I actually didn't know this one was coming out at all. I thought this one was coming out in 2025 because of the way that the publishers were promoting it, but it actually came out in the month of October, so this was a new release that I missed, but it sounds really intriguing, and that is Songlight by Maria Puffin. This is a YA fantasy or contemporary, I don't really know. It's a YA fantasy standalone novel, I believe, or at least I hope. This is one of the books I got during the Target buy 2 get the 3rd for free, so very happy to have this. This says, something extraordinary is happening. We are no longer powerless. And on the synopsis it says, where 2 sisters join and there's a word for that, a harmony. Elsa is used to hiding the most important parts of herself, her feelings for Ray, her distaste for the dictatorship she lives in, and most crucially her gift of songlight, a kind of telepath. She buries the secret deep inside because in Brightland those with songlight are called unhumans and are abhorred. I'm sorry for butchering the word. Marie is the only other person Elsa has known with songlight, and their shared bond has brought them together. Ooh, sounds really good. Can't wait to pick this up. Hopefully I will read this by the end of 2024. If not, I'll definitely read this in like spring or summer of 2025. The next 2 books are both books I got at the Las Vegas Book Festival that happened this past week or past month, and so I was able to meet these 2 authors and get their books signed. So I finally got myself a hardcover copy of ASAP by Axio. This is a YA contemporary standalone novel that is dealing with Korean pop and dealing with a K-pop idol who wants to try and fall in love. That's all I got from the summary. I hope it's good. I am planning on reading this in December because I feel like this will be a cute little, like, not holiday read, but I always read contemporaries in like spring, winter, and summer. It's so weird. But yes, I was able to get an art print from Axio because this is from ASAP, and then she was able to sign it for me, which is amazing because I got to meet her at the Adeline Grace book event. So I'm very excited to jump into this, and I hope I love it because I haven't been reading a whole lot of contemporary this year, if you haven't noticed. But when I do, I really end up enjoying them. So hopefully this is that case again. Next one is a sequel slash finale of the duology, and that is The Crimson Forest by Akasha Raymond. I am so sorry for butchering your name. I was lucky enough to meet the author of this one as well. I left my Owlcrate copy of book 1 at home because it was already signed. So I was like, well, if they have book 2 at the Barnes & Noble table at the book event, maybe I'll get it. That way I can get that one signed and have like a signed set, you know? And so this one also got signed. It says, "For Drew, make your own destiny." And it's signed by Akasha. So it was so lovely to meet you, and I can't wait to read this duology this year. And I hope I get to do that this winter. The next book is one that I got this past week as well. And this is a book I am reading in the month of November for Lala over at Books and Lala's book club pick, and that is An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about this book. I borrowed this from my public library, which I believe I put in my September book haul or my October book. No. My September book haul, I remember. So I'll do my September book haul up above or down below. But I got it from the library, and then it was, of course, a very popular new release that I knew I wanted to read, but I didn't know if I wanted to buy it. So I read the first couple chapters from my library, and then I returned it. That way I could go buy myself a copy. Makes sense in my head. So yes, I'll definitely be reading this in the month of November, which is funny because I have not read a single book club pick from Lala this year, so I love how this book is making me do that for this year finally. All I know is this is dark academic novel. It says, "A student will find that the hardest lessons sometimes come from outside the classroom," in the stunning dark academic novel from the acclaimed author of The Year of the Witching and House of Hunkers. I haven't read her other 2 books, but there's just something about this that's calling to me. And again, I think it's because of all the positive reviews that is surrounding this book as well. So that's another reason why I picked it up. Next book is a new release that just came out this month, and I'm so stoked to be reading this in November. If I don't read this in November, I definitely read it in December. If I don't read it in December, I'll be so mad. So you guys have to hold this to me. I'm going to be reading Air by Sabaa Tahir. This is a first book in a new duology set in the same world as the Ember Quartet series. This is a YA fantasy first of a duology. It is such a pretty edition that I got from Barnes & Noble. There's an exclusive scene on the inside of the book too, so we love a gorgeous map. And then there's beautiful illustration on the actual cover. I love how blue this is. This is actually like the blue that I want to paint my room with, you know? So one of you guys need to hold this to me. I definitely want to read this before the end of the year. If I don't, I think I will literally cry. But yeah, super stoked to be reading this. And if I don't, I don't know. If I don't, I don't. The next book that I got was from one of my 3 book of the month options, and so I believe this was my main pick that I got from book of the month for the month of October, and that is The Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle. This is the first book in the City of Phantom series. I really don't remember too much about this. I think this was a enemies to lovers trope, if I'm not mistaken. My hardcover. Ooh. My hardcover is peeling. It says, "In this dark underbelly of a beautiful city, 2 rival gang members are pitted against each other in a deadly game of duty and revenge, in which the most dangerous mistake is falling in love." Dun, dun, dun. So it sounds a little bit of Phantasma, but hopefully less sexy time, if y'all get what I mean. So yeah, I love me a good competition setting. I think that's another reason why I grabbed this book, because I was like, competition setting? Yes, please, sign me up. I might do a reading vlog of doing like games that or books that have games / competition setting. If you guys want that vlog, let me know and I'll let you guys know if I make one. Anyways, first book of a new series, one of my most anticipated reads for the month of October. Hopefully I'll read it this little bit. Hopefully I'll read it sometime soon. My goodness, my words. So some more books that I got at Barnes this month. I got all of these at Barnes & Noble, so I'm just going to fly through them. I finally am going to start my Robin Hobb journey, and I'm going to start with Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is the first of an adult fantasy trilogy. Then I have the ever so stunning edition of Star Wars Mace Windu, The Glass Abyss by Stephen Barnes. This is a adult sci-fi standalone, but that is canon in the Star Wars universe. So we follow Mace Windu from before Phantom Menace and into Phantom Menace, I believe. So that's really exciting. It says, darkness without light and light without darkness are both blinding. So true. Another book I got, I was actually really excited to get this one because I know the person myself. Congrats, Drew, and that is not me. And that is C.G. Drew's debut novel, Don't Let the Forest In. This one just came out on October 29th, and look at these stunning sprayed edges. Yes, please. I love it. The back of this book actually sold me. It says, Thomas had no idea that Andrew would do anything for him. Protect him, lie for him, kill for him. What? It sounds so good. And these end papers, stunning. I love it. I love it when a book is pretty, you know, because I buy them. Next is a book I'm going to be buddy reading with my friend Liz, who you guys know and love on this channel. I bought myself and her a copy of this one, and that is Sally's Lament by Mary Mancusi. I think is the author's last name. This is the newest book in the Twisted Tales series, which if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you guys know I absolutely love this series. I'm so excited for this new one. This says, what if Sally discovers Christmas Town? So it's a Nightmare Before Christmas, a retelling, but from Sally's point of view. So stoked to be having this in my hands. I literally want to start now, but I know I promised Liz that we can do a buddy read of this one. The next books I got are a couple more. So from Target during that book sale, I was able to get A Christmas Story, and that was Make My Wish Come True by Rachel Lippincott and Allison Dietrich. I'm not sure how to say the last name. This is a YA. I don't know if it's male or if it's sapphic. Honestly, I don't know if there's any queer characters in here. Oops. It says 12 days of fake. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to get it, because it says 12 days of fake dating, 2 holidays, 1 chance to convince everyone they're in love. Arden James is Hollywood's hottest teen actors, and famously reckless. She's a contestant in the tabloids, but when her messy reputation costs her an audition for the dream role, Arden and her publicist make up a lie to flip the script. Like what? Fake dating involved in less than 12 days? Yes, please. I hope this is really good. You'll be seeing this again in my December TBR / yeah, you'll just see this again in my December TBR before I spoil things. The next one is from my October Owlcrate unboxing, so I'll leave that up above or down below. And that was An Immortal Dark by Tigist Grima. I am so sorry for butchering that name. This is a beautiful Owlcrate edition. So the back says, no soul can enter Owlcrate without an invitation. And then we got stunning sprayed and stenciled edges. And then, of course, beautiful end papers on the cover. And then it came with beautiful artwork on for the end papers that didn't get glued on for some reason. But it's also signed by the author and everything like that. So pretty stoked to be getting to this. Which is actually funny because I did started this yesterday when I was bored, and I was like, let's see if I like this one. And I'm already like 3 chapters into it, so I'm hooked. Next one is another book that me and my friend Liz are planning on buddy reading with each other, and that is The Unwedding by Ali Condi. This was the last book that I got during the Target book sale, the buy 2 get the 3rd for third free. I think this one was my free book because it was like the most expensive out of the three. I think that's how they do it. This says, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Someone lost, someone wed, someone broken, someone dead. Like, what? It sounds so good. When I read that out loud with Liz, we both looked at each other and we were like, want a buddy read this? So we literally got it, and hopefully we'll do that this month. If not, we'll save it for December. Or again, if I don't get to it in the next 2 months, I'll probably save it for 2025. And then speaking of November and book clubs, my book club, Queer Reads, is doing a read-along for Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. This is a holiday short story collection, or not collection, it's a novella that is obviously very short. It is like 200 and something pages. Is literally what the title tells us. It's a holiday novella set in the Caraval universe, which is so exciting because I was like, oh, I miss this universe so much. I wish the author does more. And here we are with more. This is a beautiful Barnes & Noble edition. It says, in need of a last-minute holiday gift, some holiday fun, or holiday magic. Dun, dun, dun. So beautiful stuff on the back. On the end papers, we have this beautiful artwork. On the hardcover case, there is the quote, brimming with advice, guaranteed to change your love. How not to lose the love of your life. And I can't say this word because I don't know how to say it right. But yeah. So yeah, reading this in November. You'll see this in my November TBR. I feel like I'm going to hate this video. And last three books that I have for you are my last two book of the month picks and one more book I got at Barnes. So at Barnes I got The Dark Becomes Her by Judy I. Lin. This is a YA fantasy standalone novel by Judy I. Lin. Rick Riordan blurbed this. He said, "You will want to stay in Ruby's world long after the book ends, even if it means facing those strange monsters you sometimes see out the corner of your eye." Ooh, I'm intrigued. This is a horror novel that is a standalone, obviously, and it says, Ruby Chen has always played the part of the dutiful eldest daughter, excelling in school, or excelling in piano lesson, excelling at keeping her younger sister, Tiana, focus on extracurriculars meant to impress college admission officers. But when a ghost from the spirit world attacks Ruby in the middle of Vancouver's Chinatown neighborhood, her life is plunged into darkness and that no amount of duty can free her from. Like, what? Yep, I'm so stoked. I hope I love this one because I have been loving her other series that she's been working on, so I hope this is just as good or even better. Ooh, my stack fell. And then the last two books that I have for this book haul are my 2 book of the month add-ons that I got from October, obviously. And so I got A Sorcerer Comes to Call by T. King Fisher. This will be my first book by this author, and I'm pretty happy to say that I hope I love this one because Jesse from Jesse the Reader, the way he talked about this one in his most recent vlog, I'll leave that vlog down below and also his channel in case you don't know who I'm talking about. But this is a Goose Girl retelling, and I love me a good Goose Girl retelling, even though I don't think I've read enough of it. But I just know I'm gonna love this. It sounds so good. It's a like fall fantasy standalone novel. It says Cordelia knows her mother is unusual. Their house doesn't have any doors between rooms. There are no secrets in this house, and her mother doesn't allow Cordelia to have a single friend, unless you count Fidelia, her mother's beautiful white horse. The only time Cordelia feels truly free is on her daily rides with him. But more than simple necessity sets her mother apart. Her mother doesn't force their daughters to be silent or motionless for hours, sometimes days on end. Sounds interesting and intriguing at the same time, and I hope I do love this because as you can see, I got it from Book of the Month. And last but not least for the book haul, I have The Wild Huntress by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is a YA fantasy standalone that's set in the same universe as The Bone Houses. And what's her first book? The Bone Houses and The Drowned Woods. Oh my gosh, how can I forget one of my 5-star reads? I really hope I love this one. This is a book that I think will be a 5-star read for me. It was one of my most anticipated reads for the month of October, and I was so ecstatic to see that Book of the Month was doing this one. I'm actually shocked to see that Book of the Month is doing YA picks again. This one says, every 5th year as Harvest Fest wanes, 2 kingdoms meet in the wooded domain, and those who cannot hunt nor slay belong to your king for a year and a day. King and beggars trust your aim, for the wild hunt are fair game. My goodness, my words are messing up. Water break. Anyways, so stoked for this. Hopefully I'll get to it this month. I actually have it on my November TBR, so hopefully I will get to it. If not, again, I'll be mad. Alrighty, friends, those are everything that I've talked to you guys today about. I hope you enjoyed this book haul. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon, and I will talk to you guys down in the comments below. If you made it all the way through the video, since we talked about the Wild Huntress a lot, let's leave a sword emoji down in the comments below if you made it all the way through. Thank you guys for so much watching, and I'll chat with you guys in the comments below. I love you guys. Bye.